Today is a day about international solidarity, and the Palestinian trade unions have called for unions across the world to stand in solidarity with them today. I would like to begin our set by reading a poem by one of Palestine's national poets, Mahmoud Darwish. It's called Earth Poem. A dull evening in a rundown village, eyes half asleep. I recall 30 years and 5 wars. I swear the future keeps my ear of corn, and the singer croons about a fire and some strangers. And the evening is just another evening, and the singer croons. And they asked him, "Why do you sing?" And he answered, "I sing because I sing." And they searched his chest, but could only find his heart. And they searched his heart, but could only find his people. And they searched his voice, but could only find his grief. And they searched his grief, but could only find his prison. And they searched his prison, but could only see themselves in chains. That is all to say that the workers and students and communities of this world must struggle until the Israeli prison has fallen and Palestine is free. We will see this in our lifetimes. Say it with me. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
All right. Let me tune. Should have done that first. It's close. It's close. All right, if you know this one, sing along. You good workers, introduce you, I'll tell about the good old union that's coming here to dwell. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? My daddy was a miner and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the union till every battle's won. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a union man or a thug for change player. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Say it! Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Oh, workers, can you stand it? Or tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Don't scare for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks don't got a chance unless we organize. Which side are you on? 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 Say it! Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Swear! Which side are you on? Which side are you on? We gotta help Brandon get mic'd up.
Already done.
Oh, shit. Well, fuck me then.
Guess I gotta stand in front of Brandon for this one. Make it work. All right.
You ready?
This next one's called Saturday.
It's by a band called Dollar Signs. The brownies in the break room are stale. I sit at my desk and wet my fingernails, and I'm sweating through my shirt, cause they turned the AC off. The weekend, baby, and they're saving some costs. They pay me overtime to fantasize about murdering my boss. I've got all these bills to pay, but I want work on Saturday. No! Paying off Christmas from 2 years ago. When I was younger, I didn't know that you shouldn't use credit cards to pay off loans. Now I work all the time, but I'm always broke. Like, how's it even possible to work so much and always be broke? I've got all these bills to pay, but I want to work on Saturday. No!
Saturday. I don't want to work on Saturday. I don't want to work on Saturday, no. I don't want to work on Saturday.
I'd rather jump
I don't want to work on Saturday.
from my
I don't want to work on Saturday,
office.
no.
I'd rather go to church with my parents. I won't have a day off till the apocalypse. I don't want to work on Saturday. 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 No!
Thank you. Back to you.
Not yet.
Got any Dead Kennedys fans here? Oh yeah! You're gonna love this. Cisco blasting down below. Says I'm doubling up the rent cause the building's condemned. They're gonna help me rise anyhow. Yeah, you know we can. Yeah, you know we can. Let's take a landlord man. Tell them turn on the water. Tell them turn up the heat. Tell them all you ever do is complain, yeah. Till there's such a place and I'm not at. Yeah, you know we can. Yeah, you know we can. Let's get your landlord, let's get your landlord, let's get your landlord, man. Rocking up the kitchen, reaches up to my knees. Turn the oven on, like I got yeah, till the rainbow through the sea. We can, no we can't. We can, no we can. Let's put your landlord, let's put your landlord, let's put your landlord, man. Landlord man!
Cool. All right, now you can take this back. Woo! Okay.
Okay, this song was the theme song to the show Jackass, but the lyrics are actually very anti-imperialist. Listen.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, one last one, and then speeches, and we'll be back. Okay.
Don't miss us too much.
You can do what you wanna do. You can say what you wanna say. You can think what you think you want. Doesn't matter anyway. It's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore. Play what you wanna play. Do what you wanna hear. Don't worry about the result. The effect it has on your career. It's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore. Act like you wanna act. Be what you wanna be. Find out who the fuck you are. Don't pay any attention to me. It's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore. It's not funny
Thank you. We'll be back soon with some original content. That felt good.
Dude, my voice cracked so many times.
You sounded great. You were on pitch for the non-cracks. There we go. Check, check. How is everyone doing tonight? Happy May Day! All right, my name is Brandon Lawson. You might recognize me from this thing. I'm also a proud member of UVMMC Support Staff United and the Green Mountain IWW. Woo! All right, we got some awesome speakers lined up for y'all today. Thank you for coming. We got people from a bunch of unions and organizations that got some really cool initiatives and campaigns going on right now that we want to use today to draw attention to draw solidarity to their struggle, because their struggle is our struggle. We are going to start with a speaker from UVM Graduate Students United, Sunshine.
Wow. Okay, I won't fiddle with that. Here we go. Excellent. Hi guys. I am here talking for the newly formed United Graduate Association. Oh my god. Okay. It's okay. It's fine. So the Grad Student Union has just gotten ratified. I'm here just to give a couple of words. Firstly, thank you all for how much support you've shown to our budding union as we were germinating and post. We have just gotten certified, and despite union busting tactics, we won a vote with a 90% yes. 98%, sorry. Again, thank you for your support. We're currently in the process of electing a bargaining committee and are slated to have it ready by May 17th. Then, to the bargaining table. These are our updates. So, we wanted to make it explicit that just as you have been our allies in the past, we are in solidarity with you. And a tree metaphor, because one of the union members did a little plant metaphor earlier today. Just as a redwood is supported by its neighbors, allowing it to grow into the tallest trees, I hope that we can all take care for each other and make this a vibrant forest for workers, as we always are stronger united. Thank you very much.
All right, everyone give it up for Sunshine and the UVM Grad Students United. Congrats on your massive win. All right, and up next from the Burlington Educators Association, we have Michelle.
Hi, everybody. Woo! I'm Michelle Segalchik. I'm here with the Burlington Education Association. I'm so grateful to be here with hundreds of workers across dozens of Vermont unions. We as union members across the country are becoming bolder than we have been in decades, and we need to continue to support each other, to be bold enough to say out loud what we need, and to fight for it. Scoopers United workers stood here last year, were bold enough to fight for a historic contract, and inspired other workers along Church Street to unionize. Starbucks workers were bold enough to demand nationwide bargaining and have the potential to uplift each other and their thousands of fellow union members. UVM workers in all different fields and bargaining units rallied together today, and one of their bold claims is that they should be able to afford to live in the same city where they work. And there is such a wide reach of what we are holding our ground in. Teachers demanded a rejection of the Secretary of Education appointment, and people's support resulted in the historic vote by the Vermont Senate. My point is that we can risk being bolder and that we need each other to make it happen, and we do need each other. It's so incredible to have moments like this where we can look around and see the affirmation that we stand together and that we have each other's backs. I'll end with just a few lines from Walter Crane's 1894 poem. He said, "Stand fast then, O workers, your ground. Together, pull strong and united. Link your hands like a chain the world round. If you will, that your hopes be requited." Thank you all so much. Solidarity forever.
Everyone give it up for Michelle. Woo! Up next, from Champlain Valley DSA, Democratic Socialists of America, we have Theo.
Sup? My name is Theo Wieland. I work for AFT Vermont, the fastest growing union in Vermont. I am not speaking on behalf of any union. I've been asked to speak on behalf of the Champlain Valley chapter of the Democratic Socialists of America. And can you hear me? All right, good, yeah. And I have a simple message. Labor creates all wealth. All profit is theft from workers. Socialism is a workers' democracy over production. The cause of labor is the hope of the world. Globalize the intifada. For 5 decades, workers have been working harder for less as capitalists suppress wages below the escalating costs of living. Both working conditions and standards of living have and are declining. Tens of millions of us can't afford a house, can't afford a bee sting, or even just a car repair. Workers are going without insulin and groceries, sleeping in cars. The purging of socialists from labor leadership gave us 5 decades of decline and defeat. Climate change, the 6th extinction, and the poly crisis are a daily doom scroll of grim headlines: fires, floods, famines, lead in the pipes, forever chemicals in the lake. The Democratic Party, the party of fake friends, false reassurances, half measures, and lip service, refuses to even support a Green New Deal. Workers must democratically plan the economy. Instead of money for housing, healthcare, and social services, the Democratic Party spends our wealth on more, war. I'm sick of it. 900 military bases, nearly $1 trillion a year on US-led imperialism because peace isn't profitable. Wars for oil, pipelines, production, and geostrategic positioning. Wars for profit. The encircling of China. And World War III haunts us more and more. Ukraine, Taiwan, Palestine. Our unions have bet it all on the Democratic Party for 100 years. But the game is rigged. The slavers wrote a constitution that aims to ensure the dictatorship of the rich. The Senate, the Supreme Court, the Electoral College, gerrymandering. There have been 10,000 attempts to amend the Constitution and only 27 have passed. It's essentially impossible. But the cause of labor is the hope of the world. Without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. The elections that will change the world are union elections. Vote yes to unionize with your fellow workers. Vote yes to democratize our unions. Vote yes for class struggle labor leadership that is ready to bet big on new organizing. Vote yes to strike for political demands like housing, healthcare, social services, and no more money for imperialism. If you are a worker who believes that the cause of labor is the hope of the world, come talk to me. Palestine, healthcare, housing, clean drinking water. The merger of the socialist movement and the labor movement will bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old.
All right, big thank you to Theo and Champlain Valley DSA for underlining today's event. Give them a round of applause. All right, and up next, give a warm welcome to the Director of the State Labor Council, AFL-CIO, Liz Medina.
A little bit of adjustment here. All right. Happy May Day, happy
Happy International Workers' Day, everybody! Woo! My name is Liz Medina, and I am the director of the Vermont State Labor Council, AFL-CIO. We are a federation representing 20,000 AFL-CIO workers across this state. And man, there has been so much organizing that's been happening lately, so many victories. So if your shop, if your local, if your union, if your organization has won recognition, a great contract, a hard grievance, let's hear some noise and celebrate. Woo! And if you love seeing worker power, maybe that you didn't have a victory this year, but you love to see it, you're seeing it across the whole nation, let's hear some noise! Because of all the amazing organizing that's been happening in this state, we went from the 14th most union-dense state, that's the percentage of workers who belong to unions, to the 8th most union-dense state, which is awesome, but we should be number one! This is the brave little state. We should be number one. And we are working hard right now to help you all out in the State House by passing the Vermont Protect the Right to Organize Act S-102, which will make it easier for all workers to organize in this state. And so what would 102 do? Well, first of all, it would curb those nasty captive audience meetings where your employers, when you're trying to form a union, try to suppress you from exercising your right to form a union, misinform you, intimidate you. It would give you, as a worker, a free choice whether you want to listen to your employer's opinions concerning political or religious speech, because that's not what you're coming to work for. So, banning captive audience meetings. It would also make it easier for our siblings in the public sector to form a union by allowing them to be recognized on the basis of a majority of cards signed, card check elections. That's a big deal. No more abusing delays in elections. If a majority of workers sign up and want a union, they deserve their union. Workers know what they're signing up for. We need to be respected, and our choices need to be respected. It would also explore granting the right to collective bargain to farm and domestic workers, and in addition to that, explore including them from in other areas where they're currently excluded. So that's a big deal. This is a long time coming, and we're going to make some progress there. So where is it? Well, last year, the PRO Act passed the Senate, 23-7. Today, I just got out of the House Committee on General Housing where it passed 11-0. So it's going to the House floor, but we're not done yet. We need everybody here to write to their representative and tell them to please support S-102, the Vermont PRO Act, and ask them to vote yes on this historic bill, and also ask your friends, your coworkers, your family members to do so too. So raise your hand if you're going to write to your representative today. Woo, woo, or very soon. And if you need help, we have flyers at our green table right here on the end with a QR code, links, and everything else. Some will be handed out as well. So please take that. It's easy. It would only take a few minutes. If you have, the ability to customize your letter and write a sentence or two about why unions matter to you and your family, or God forbid, if you experience some union busting, that will help it even more. So please do that. And then last, actually a couple more things. I'll be really quick. So all the new organizing that has been happening, one of the most inspiring things has been my own union, UAW, calling on all union members to align their contracts to expire on April 30th, 2028, so we can have the most powerful Labor Day yet in 2028. The most powerful May Day yet, the real Labor Day. So, if you can take this request and align your contract to expire on April 30th, 2028 in your workplace, please consider it with your coworkers, because there are struggles that are bigger than our workplace, and we need to come together and totally activate our strength in numbers to win on the things that workers deserve. Things like a reduced work week, right? Healthcare for all, the sky's the limit if we can come together. Last, we have our siblings, brothers and sisters, migrant justice, fighting for respect and dignity. With their work, they have been doing an all-day picket at the Williston Hannaford's, and it's going till 11 p.m. And it's at 78 Marshall Avenue in Williston. And I encourage you all to head over there after this celebration and show them some solidarity. So I'll just end with a little chant and let it go to our next speaker. So who's got the power? We got the power. Who's got the power?
We got the power.
Who's got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power? Union power. What kind of power?
Union power.
What kind of power?
Union power.
Thank you, solidarity.
Thank you, Liz, and thank you, AFL-CIO State Labor Council, for also underlining today's event. Up next, from the Teamsters, we have Curtis. Give a big round of applause for everything the Teamsters have won in the last year.
So, for those of you that don't know me, you're probably the lucky ones. I work for Teamsters Local 597 in Barrie. Right now, in Northfield, Vermont, the workers at Norwich University are trying to unionize. In their word, to use their words, they wonder why they provide daily access to electricity, running water, heating, and safe, clean living space for students, but the university doesn't want the same for the workers. The university's treating them, to use their words, like they're from the island of misfit toys. So, as a group trying to form a union, the Norwich workers have had the distinct pleasure, or displeasure, of having had dozens, maybe hundreds, of captive audience meetings. For those of you that don't know, a captive audience meeting is where your boss requires you to attend a meeting and talk about political topics. The only thing the boss ever wants to talk to you about at a captive audience meeting is what a bad idea it is to join a union. Is there anybody out there that wants to talk about politics with your boss? So the workers at Norwich are like you. They don't really want to talk about politics with their boss. They've had big meetings, small group meetings, individual meetings where one worker's pulled in with multiple supervisors. Some of the Norwich workers even get the privilege of a daily session at the end of their shift where their manager talks to them about why it's a bad idea to join a union and then interrogates them about how they're going to vote. You know, so they're suffering under a constant barrage of anti-union attacks, anti-worker attacks, but it doesn't have to be this way. In Vermont, right now, what Liz just talked about, S102, that is a bill that can change the way this works. That is a bill that would let these workers tell their boss that I'm not going to participate in that meeting. I'm going to walk away. And if their boss doesn't like that and their boss tries to force those meetings anyway, that would allow people to go to Superior Court and get an injunction against those mandatory meetings. So, you know, you don't have to let this happen to another group of people. You don't have to let this happen to you at your workplace if you're trying to organize. You don't have to let this happen to your friends or your family members. What you can do is exactly what Liz asked you to do. Scan this little barcode. Tell your legislator that you want the workers at Norwich University to be the last workers in the state of Vermont that have to put up with this kind of behavior because they need to pass S102, the PRO Act, today. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Curtis. We could all learn a valuable lesson from the Teamsters, and that lesson is never cross a picket line. Up next, from AFSCME 1674, Howard Center Workers United, we have their president, Andy. No problem. Andy and friends.
Yeah.
everybody. Hey, if there are other Howard Center Workers Union members here and you want to come up on stage with us, come on up. Happy May Day, everybody! I don't think I heard everybody here. Happy May Day, everybody! We workers of AFSCME Local 1674, the Howard Center Workers Union, are proud to be here in community with our working class siblings on May Day 2024. In memory of the Haymarket Affair on May 1st, 1886 in Chicago, this serves as an annual reminder of the true sacrifices by workers who, while engaged in a general strike, lost their lives and endured brutality from law enforcement for the struggle for 8 hours for work, 8 hours for rest, and 8 hours for living. While we remember and honor those workers who committed themselves and literally dedicated their lives to the dignity of all labor, we must also recognize the moment we are all in. We are rebuilding and creating an organized and fighting working class. This past year, we have seen the work and the wins all around us locally, nationally, and internationally to further the interests of working class people everywhere. Today, we find the same inspiration in the reigniting of a fighting spirit from the UAW's successful and energizing organizing campaigns and their fight for a 32-hour work week with no loss in pay. To the explosion of organizing taking place at UVM, UVMMC, and Central Vermont Medical Center. Shout out. There have been more successful campaigns and wins this year than can be listed in 2 minutes. Let's continue to dedicate our efforts to organizing our workplaces so we can build the futures we need and deserve. Say it after me. The workers, united, will never be defeated. The workers, united, will never be defeated. The workers, united, will never be defeated. Solidarity forever. Happy May Day. I remember.
All right. Thank you, Howard Center. They're going through a contract fight right now and need all of our support. So go talk to them and see how you can chip in. Up next, from a coalition of labor unions who are all supporting the liberatory struggle in Palestine, we have Mal and Helen.
Happy May Day, everybody. My name's Helen Scott, and I'm a member of United Academics up at UVM, and I'm also a member of Vermont Labour for Palestine. Palestine is the central issue facing the labor movement today. The combined ruling classes of the wealthiest and most powerful nations in the world are raining death and terror on the overwhelmingly working class and poor Palestinian people. Palestinian labor built Israel on land that was stolen from them, and yet have been denied the most fundamental rights of citizenship. As labor activists, we must go to the root of the problem, which is US support for Israel. Get your union to sign the Apartheid-Free Community Pledge, and beyond that, work towards boycott, divestment, and sanctions on all companies profiting from Israel's war crimes. On this May Day, as we watch riot police
haul away peaceful protesters, let's remember the words of Haymarket martyr August Spies. He said, "If you think that by hanging us, you can stamp out the labor movement, then hang us. Here you will tread upon a spark, and everywhere flames will blaze up. It is a subterranean fire. You cannot put it out."
Hello. My name is Mallory Siegel. I'm a proud member of University of Vermont's Graduate Student United UAW Local 2322. And I'm really excited to tell you that members from across our union have introduced a member resolution calling for an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza and an end to the Israeli occupation of Palestine. We are responding to the Palestinian Trade Union's urgent call to their international counterparts to pass motions in support of Palestine. We endorse the October 16th, 2023 call issued by a coalition of Palestinian trade unions asking for their international counterparts to refuse to build weapons destined for Israel, refuse to transport weapons to Israel, pass motions in their unions to this effect, take action against complicit companies involved in implementing Israel's brutal and illegal siege, especially if they have contracts with your institution. Pressure governments to stop all military trade with Israel, and in the case of the US, funding it. Furthermore, we reject UVM's ties to genocide through its business and financial relationships with the apartheid Israeli state, weapons manufacturers, defense contractors, and the U.S. Department of Defense. We affirm our responsibility and obligation as unionists towards building a just transition to a peacetime economy for all working people. An injury to one is an injury to all. We acknowledge that our struggle in the labor movement is an intersectional and international struggle for freedom, justice, and dignity of all workers. As graduate student workers, we refuse to allow our labor to be complicit in warfare and genocide. We refuse the false choice presented to us as workers between good union jobs and our moral consciousness. We stand in solidarity with our fellow Palestinian graduate student workers. As a graduate student, I stand firmly with the UVM Gaza Solidarity Encampment and their demands of the university's administration. Disclose all financial investments within UVM's $800 million endowment, divest from all weapon manufacturers, Israeli companies, and companies involved in the occupation of historic Palestine, an academic boycott of Israeli institutions, canceling Linda Thomas Greenfield as Speaker of UVM's 2024 commencement and revoke her planned honorary degree from UVM, and amnesty for all students engaged in protests for Palestinian freedom, and a guarantee for no charges for protesters. We do not cross picket lines, we join them.
All right. In light of everything that's been happening in universities across the country, and seeing that we are right next to the Burlington Police Department, let's make some noise to remind them what side they're on. Yeah. Cops are against labor. Up next, from the UVM Palestine Solidarity Encampment, we have Cole.
Hello, everybody. How are we feeling? Sorry, my voice is pretty dead from doing a lot of shouting these past few days. I'm here as a representative for the encampment we got going on UVM campus. Yeah. I just wanted to come down here and say, we love what all of y'all are doing. Thank you for all the support that you've been giving us. And that's what keeps us going. Yeah. Everybody who's been coming down, hanging out any amount of time, 5-10 minutes, bringing us food. Yeah, all the help that y'all have given us that's the reason we're still standing. That's what's keeping us going. That's what's keeping us inspired to demand change and try to make shit happen here. It fills my heart with joy. Thank you all so much. Yeah, and I want everybody here to know we stand with you as well. We, as a student at UVM, I really love what all the unions on campus are doing, and everything that y'all are achieving, and all of our struggles are united. All of our struggles are one. None of us are free until we're all free. Everything that we're all doing is essential to the struggle. Yeah. Thank you all so much for being here, and thanks for listening to me.
Great. Oh, thank you. All right. Up next, from UVM Staff United, we have Cameron.
Hi everyone, happy May Day! My name is Cameron. I am an office support generalist from UVM, and I am a proud member of UVM Staff United. And I'm here today to talk a little bit about what we've got going on in our union. We are on our very first contract right now and bargaining our second contract. We're fighting for all the things that the rest of you are fighting for in your unions too. We want fair wages at our jobs. We want health care we can actually afford to use. And we want very bold proposal to be able to afford to live in the same city where we work. But what do these mean for us beyond the day-to-day realities? I was at Labor Notes. I see a bunch of people here who were also at Labor Notes with me in Chicago recently, a labor organizing conference of 4,500 activists and organizers from the whole country got together to share tactics and strategy, victories and struggles, and come together as a united labor movement, like what we're doing here today. And I was in one panel where they asked the crowd what we would do if we had more time to ourselves, not stuck at our jobs. And the crowd just for a moment was a little bit speechless. And some of that was the shock of audience participation. But I want to hear from this crowd. If you had more time outside of work, what would you do with it? Just yell some stuff out. Woo! So I hear spending time with your daughter. Family. Sleep. Exactly. And this is pretty much how it went then, too. People talked about their families. People talked about getting to rest. People talked about their hobbies. And then one guy said, more organizing, which is very inspiring, right? But more than that, the time we are given when we are not having to worry about our health care, when we are not having to fight for our housing, gives us a chance to dream bigger and dream bolder and come up with new proposals and new ideas beyond these broad things that we all share. And that's the real value of our union for me, is being able to see a future, being able to imagine a future that's more than what we have now. That's what we're fighting for when we say fair wages. We're fighting for time, we're fighting for vision, we're fighting for future. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Cameron. Lastly, our last speech for now, we have from the Vermont Workers Center, Maggie. Everybody give a round of applause for the Workers Center.
All right, bring in the whole Workers Center with me. That's what we got to be doing. Thanks, guys. My name is Maggie Belenz, and I'm a member of the Vermont Workers Center, the Nonviolent Medicaid Army, and a nurse in the emergency department at UVM. As someone who is dedicated to health and well-being of others, it breaks my heart to see our government enact policy that is murder. Over the last year, 20 million people in our country and 30,000 of them in Vermont have been cut off of Medicaid. And people are dying as a result of this. All while we're told by political leaders that there's no money for health care, no money for housing, but nearly unlimited funds, truly tens of billions of dollars a year for bombs, oppression, here and overseas. Prioritizing the war economy over human lives is policy violence. It is our moral imperative to try and change this system. We, all of us, the working class, are coming together to fight for our lives. When confronting the ruling class, we know that we cannot outmight them. We cannot outmoney them. We need to outorganize them. The Workers Center is directly engaged and led by those who are struggling the most, the poor and the dispossessed, to assert our power as citizens of this earth and demand our human rights be taken seriously. Please join us today as we gather in solidarity on International Workers' Day to say that we won't be silent anymore. We're fighting for universal health care here in Vermont. We have some petitions circulating around. If you see any of these folks here and have yet to sign our petition, please sign. And I'm going to lead us in a chant, and then we have a song for y'all. So I'm going to say forward together, and then you say not one step back. Forward together.
Not one step back.
Forward together.
Not one step back.
Forward together.
Not one step back.
Thank you.
All right, people may or may not know this song. We're getting into step. We're going to keep it quick because we want everyone to be able to eat. We're getting into step. We're getting into step. We're getting into step to win our freedom. Too many years we've been divided. Now's the time to unify. We're getting into step to win our freedom. We're getting into step. We're getting into step. We're getting into step to win our freedom. Let those who labor hold the reins. We struggle now to break our chains. We're getting into step to win our freedom. We're getting into step. We're getting into step. We're getting into step to win our freedom. Healthcare costs are on the rise. Communities we organize. We're getting into step to win our freedom. Last one. We're getting into step. We're getting into step. We're getting into step to win our freedom. Too many years we've been divided, now's the time to unify. Too many years we've been divided, now's the time to unify. Too many years we've been divided, now's the time to unify. We're getting into step to win our freedom.
All right, let's give another round of applause for all of our speakers. For anyone who hasn't been able to smell it yet, People's Kitchen is cooking free food right over here. Go get some food, maybe make a donation. So that was it for our speakers. Up next, Sunroom's coming back up to play some originals for y'all. You can follow us at Sunroom BTV on Instagram.
Get off the stage, please. Please. We're about to play. We're about to play. We're about to play some more music.
Yeah, he got it, yo. Yo, he got it. I'm out.
Yeah.
About it.
None of that was English. Not a single word. All right, thanks everybody for coming out. My name's Vic. This is Jordan, and you guys have heard from Brandon. We're called Sunroom. We're a local band. We're gonna play some local music for you. Put it off. Looking for a sign. Our face is always uglier inside. I let it slide. Our truest colors tend to burn most bright, and I can go all night. I'm losing sight of what I came for. Well, you gave me a fright. I don't wanna cry. That I can say that I tried. Took me for a ride. You made me think that things would be alright.